Every philosopher has argued themselves to death over what happens after we die. Do our souls float outside of our bodies and watch the doctor's last efforts to save us? Do we watch our loved ones mourn us? Or is it just blackness? No one knows what happens to our souls after we die, but what we do know is what happens to our bodies. And you'll be thankful that you're not around to see that. Here are 10 things that happen after you die. 10. Your body will change colors. This is how coroners are able to tell exactly what time you died. Within the first few moments after death, gravity starts to kick in. While the rest of your dead body takes a dramatically pale color, heavy red blood cells rebel and move to the parts of your body that are closest to the ground. This results in purple splotches on the lower parts known as livor mortis, and it occurs because circulation has stopped. If a person has died in a particularly creative manner, then this makes the body even more morbidly colorful. If you die from carbon monoxide poisoning, your blood will turn cherry red and all your organs will be brightened internally. And if you die from hydrogen sulfide gas poisoning, your organs can turn green. Your eyes will also take on colors. This is why post-mortem eyes look so eerie. Those who die with their eyes open have the whites of their eyes start to dry out, so they turn blue or gray. This is called Teishnor. 9. You'll groan or moan. After death, you won't bestow your relatives with any last words of wisdom. And your corpse may not exactly produce zombie-like noises, but your body can make a few groans and moans and squeaks. This happens because any air left in the body from gas released by bacteria or from CPR can make your vocal cords vibrate. But don't worry, this will only happen if someone is manipulating your body or pressing on your chest. 8. No more wrinkles. As you're passing to the afterlife or wherever our souls go, your body experiences this. All your muscles lose tension, which cause all your wrinkles to smooth out and fade away. This happens the moment you die, so your muscles stop pulling so much on your forehead, and all those worry lines you hated so much while you were alive fade. This is for the same reason Botox works, actually. 7. The death chill. "Over my cold dead body" is a phrase that's often said, but do you know the biology behind it? People's dead bodies only start to get cold after 20 to 30 hours after death, and then you reach ambient temperature. From the moment you die, you lose 1.5 degrees Fahrenheit. Just minutes after death, when the process for decomposing starts and our hearts stop beating, our bodies experience algor mortis, or if you prefer the creepier name for it, the death chill. Your cells are actually splitting open as your body becomes more acidic as carbon dioxide builds up. Enzymes are emptied into tissues and they start to digest themselves from within. 6. You'll move around. Your body won't crawl out of the morgue, nor will your hands hungrily reach for the nearest brain. But dead bodies tend to twitch around and contract for a bit for several hours after they die. It's not an understatement to say how unsettling that may seem to anyone who's around, but this is natural in the decomposition process. This phenomenon was observed at an Australian facility for tamphmoric experimental research, which is a decomposition research facility known as a body farm. Scientists used time-lapse cameras to film decomposing corpses, and they found that humans aren't completely at rest after death and were capable of shifting without any external influences. This study went on for 17 months. The overhead images of a corpse that were captured every 30 minutes during daylight hours proved to move. The arms in particular would move around a significant bit. They started off down beside the body and ended up on the side of the body. 5. You may turn waxy. At this point, your body is starting to decay in order to become a skeleton. Some bodies just do it a little unusual. After the putrefaction process, if your body comes into contact with water or cold soil, it can develop what's known as adipocere, which is a fatty, waxy material formed from the bacteria breaking down tissue. Adipocere affects the inner organs and naturally preserves them, which can lead people to believe a body has died much sooner than it actually did. No one wants to hear this about themselves, but bodies that are left in a cool, damp environment decompose in this process, which essentially turns the fat into soap. This means that your body won't rot away to a skeleton, but it will be well preserved in a pale, yellowish, or grayish way that is referred to as grave wax. 4. Your body will get stiff. In hour 7 to hour 12 after death, your entire body will go through a stiff process called rigor mortis. You'll be locked into a rigid stiffness. At this point, your limbs will be difficult to move or manipulate. Your elbows and knees will be slightly flexed, and your fingers and toes can appear unusually crooked. Your age, gender, physical condition, and air temperature play into this. This stiffening of muscles occurs from the depletion of adenosine triphosphate, which is a chemical responsible for the relaxation of the muscle fibers. When you stop breathing, your cells halt ATP production, and those fibers lock up. Your face will be affected first, within 2 to 4 hours after death, but your bigger muscle groups will be affected in about the 6 to 12-hour window. The old custom of placing coins on the eyelids of the deceased person may have originated from wanting to keep the eyes shut, since rigor mortis affects them. 3. Some parts of you live longer. The window for organ donation opens up here. Some parts of your body expire pretty quickly, but your heart, bones, eyes, and skin can still be up for transplant up to 15 hours after you die. Your cells don't die instantly, which is what allows you to be able to donate your lung or heart. And even after those 15 hours, you can donate tissues such as bone marrow, your corneas, and even heart valves. 2. Your hair and nails will appear to grow. Hair and nails don't continue to grow in a casket, but it will appear that way. After hour 12 and beyond of the moment you died, after reaching a state of maximum rigor mortis, your muscles will start loosening up again. This is known as secondary flaccidity, and it occurs over a period of 1 to 3 days. Cold environments may slow this down, but eventually your skin will begin to shrink. This creates the illusion that your hair and nails are growing. 1. Your body will start eating itself. At this point, your body goes crazy. Your heart has stopped beating, your cells are breaking, and more is happening. As your cells are breaking down, they are digested by enzymes and bacteria in your body. If the cause of death is overwhelming bacterial infection such as sepsis, putrefaction is very fast. The bacteria that break down your tissues have already spread to every corner of your body. Those who overdose also show accelerated decomposition changes. Putrefaction is when our bodies start to resemble extras from the Walking Dead set, and it follows rigor mortis. The embalming process delays this phase, but everyone succumbs to putrefaction. The body starts to turn green from the belly onwards as enzymes in the pancreas make the organs start to digest itself. The 100 trillion bacteria that have lived their entire lives in our guts are the beneficiaries of the process. Actors aren't that far when they cover their noses with their hands and gag at the sight of a day-old dead body. Several days into the process of decomposition straight after rigor mortis, every muscle in your body relaxes. And yes, that includes the sphincters that are in charge of controlling your bladder and bowels. There isn't anything that can be expelled, it could possibly seep out. So 2 or 3 days in, your internal organs also start to decay. These are 10 things that happen to us after we die. What do you think of them? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, and before you go, if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to Weeklypedia. Click that notification bell to be alerted whenever we upload a new video. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.